How's it going, everybody? It's Matt again, and today we're going to talk about another New Age third-party Legend Scale Transformer. This time it's going to be H50 Scott, or their Hound. So here it is, the box. This one, of course, got tore up as well by that same shipper, so whatever, but we're not just here for the box, so let's take a look at it briefly. So there's the front, there's the side, there is the back. It's got some kind of like spike or I think that's spike wiki figure in there, but tiny little thing must be. And there it is from the bottom. Nice little box. He's also going to come with a set of instructions, you know, just like all the other New Age ones. So obviously he's got a set of instructions that are decent, but he's going to come with a ton of stuff. So first off, he's going to come with another Autobot X part. Hooray! So this is going to be the left leg for Autobot X. It's nice. It's basically just bare plastic. Got a little wheel here that does spin for some reason, even though it's not going to transform. But it does have a nice little double joint here at the knee, which moves this red part, which is pretty good. It does have the foot on this little hinge here, and it does have an ankle tilt. So that's pretty cool. So that's two pieces of Autobot X that we have now. The first part came with wheel jack. So hooray! He's also going to come with this. He's going to come with this kind of like little gun thing here that is meant for his vehicle mode, which I'll show here shortly. It has a little hinge right here so that little barrel can move up and down. He's going to come with a little spare wheel, mainly for vehicle, but you can put this on bot mode on that little peg. He's going to come with his bot mode missile launcher thing here. This is the peg that you can use to plug it in a robot mode, or you can flip it down like this and you can put it on the vehicle. I'll show that here shortly. He's going to come with his little hologram gun that he is iconic for, and he's going to come with an effect piece for it, which will plug right into the barrel like so for his little hologram. And he's going to come with this. It's a nice cab top for his vehicle mode. So I'll show that off here shortly. He's also going to come with this big thing. It is a cage for Ravage in that one episode where they caught him. It does have a hinge here, which allows you to open up the top. It has a nice little button or lock molded in here, and then the VN up here. So yeah, you have a cage for Ravage if you want it. But here he is. Here is Hound in his vehicle mode. Very, very nice. Completely painted. Got a nice translucent window here. So nice sculpted detail all over it with like the seats, and got the little military star there. Very nice. He cleans up pretty good too. Got some nice plastic wheels. He can roll just fine. He is roughly Hot Wheels car size. He's actually a little bit smaller than some of the other New Age car bots, but he is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and show off some of this, what some of the accessories can do. So the little wheel here can plug in on that port, so you can put his spare tire on there. You can also put his little guns. There's his little anti-aircraft gun or whatever you want to call it. It can go right there. And then also you can put this one, if you flip this tab down, you can put that on wherever if you want to as well. Or of course we can take all of this off, and this big cab section, the big top soft cover, can actually plug in using these two holes right in like that into his Jeep form, which is pretty cool. That's really cool that they included that. Got some nice translucent through the side, and that's pretty nifty. I like that. But we'll take that off, and we'll just get right into transformation, and I'll go ahead and pull off that little wheel too. Let's go ahead and transform him. So first off, what we're going to need to do is this entire back section here is just going to lift up like this and flip down on his little knee sections here. And then these panels here are going to come undone like so, and then just kind of come down and get out of the way like this. And then these two front sections, this whole thing is just going to lift out like that, and we're just going to rotate these around on that little swivel. The wheels here, this little peg needs to be facing up here, so you're just going to rotate that like so. Do that on either side. And then this little swivel here is going to need to come forwards, and this ball joint needs to flip all the way around to the other side. So just kind of flip all of this around, and now it'll mesh real nice with this panel right here. So same thing on the other side. Bring this down and rotate it around like so. And then the hands or the arms here are going to come down on this double joint to extend that elbow. Then the fist will come down. This little panel will fold in and then collapse down, completing an arm. Same thing on the other side. Extend this, bring the fist down, rotate that, and there are the arms. This whole lower section we're just going to kind of bring down on this armature, and then this section here is going to come up on this hinge right here. The head is going to kind of push through here and bring this little windscreen down, rotate it around like so, and then turn the head panel around and then push it back down like that. And then the two side sections of the torso are just going to collapse in and clip together to mesh that front together. And then the windscreen will just come down on the back like so. And then that's the upper half done, basically. So the legs now, they're going to split, kind of come apart like so. And then the foot sections here, or not the foot sections, but what will be the foot sections? This whole section, or the seat, will close. The little headrest will come down and recess into that. So close and recess up like this. And then these panels on either side will flip out like that, then flip around. And then this whole section will come down like this. And then this little double hinge will bring this whole seat up to the rear and collapse into forming the lower leg. And then this will come around. This little heel spur will flip down. And then this will come up like so. And then these panels will just kind of flip in. This part of the wheel is going to need to come down like this. And then it's going to collapse in like that. And then the other side will collapse, locking all that in. And then merely just flip the foot around. And there you go. There's a leg. That's really freaking cool. Same thing here. Open up the panels. Flip this down. I'm going to flip that panel in ahead of time. Bring this down. Bring the seat down and peg it into the back of the leg. Bring the little toe panel up. I don't know why my camera did that. Flip this around all the way. Bring that in. Bring that in. Bring that in. And there are the legs. Pretty damn cool. Flip these legs down. And then this will all just kind of flip up, flip down. And then this section will tab into that little notch right there. Like so. And then basically, there he is. There's Hound. That is such a cool transformation. I love that. Really, really cool. Whereas Wheeljack had more of he had a complex transformation. This one also has a complex transformation, but it feels solid. It's a really cool transformation. That's awesome. The proportions are kind of, they're all right. I feel like the shoulders are a little too far down, but the legs are just right. I think the legs look cool. The feet are a bit large, but that's kind of how Hound was supposed to look anyway, so it's not too big a deal. I really like how the chest comes together, how they flip around and then tab back in so they don't have the big fenders up front. It's kind of cool how they did that. Let's take a look at the face. Really good. Really, really nice face sculpt. I like the metallic eyes. They're so tiny, but they're so painted well. That's cool. All the way around to the back. I think it cleans up pretty darn nice. I like it. Very nice crisp paint on the waist section and on the forearms. Looks pretty good. And that kind of metallic flecked green just looks great. Very nicely done. As far as the accessories, you can still plug his little spare tire into his foot, but it's like, why? And it doesn't peg in very well. It just kind of, like, you can put it on there, but it just falls off really easily. It's kind of pointless to me. I'm not going to do that. So, oh well, doesn't matter too much with me. The little cannon here, or his missile launcher, can peg into that little port right there. So you can utilize his little shoulder gun, which is pretty cool. And of course, he can hold his little hologram gun just fine. And then, of course, you can put his little effect part on just fine. So let's talk about his articulation. I will go ahead and pull his shoulder cannon off too. His head is on a ball joint. It's at the back of his neck, so he can look up all the way, look down just maybe a little bit, side to side a little bit, rotate all the way around. The shoulder here is on a ball joint. You can get out about that far. That can rotate all the way around just fine. No bicep rotation. It has a rotation here at the elbow, so you can rotate that all the way around. He has a double jointed elbow, which gives you 180 degrees easily, 180 degrees with some wobbles. So if it wasn't an arm, he totally could bend it farther. But he has a ball jointed wrist, which gives you a good amount of motion, and you can rotate around, which is really good. His waist can rotate side to side. He has an ab crunch. Holy crap, for a legend scale transformer, an ab crunch. His waist is really nice too. His waist section here, you can rotate them really far forwards, really far back, really far out, and they can rotate at the thigh. And then you have a double jointed knee, which will give you 180 degrees. Holy cow, that's good. He does have a joint up here in the leg, which can get his foot way crazy far forwards. And then there's a ball joint in the foot, which gives you side to side just a little bit. Not the greatest rockers in the world, but of course you can rotate him and do all that crazy stuff. So yeah, really good articulation on him. Surprisingly so. Pretty good. The only thing that's lacking is just his little ankle rockers are not the best, but they're good enough for an A pose, which is personally fine with me. But let me get him cleaned up a little bit and we'll do some size comparisons. All right, size comparison time. Here he is next to NEWAGE's Gears. Show you the size with one of the mini bots. Here he is next to Wheeljack. Just a little bit larger than him. How about Prowl? And how about another Carbot? There he is next to Jazz. So a little bit taller than Wheeljack, about the same size as Prowl, but still shorter than Jazz. And then here he is next to, how about NEWAGE's Toxitron, show their Prime mold, and then how about Magic Square's Optimus. Give you a sense of his size. All right, and that'll do it for NEWAGE H50 Scott. Their Hound. I almost said Soundwave for some reason. But yeah, there's Hound. It's a pretty good figure. Honestly, surprisingly so. I've never really cared too much for Hound as a character, to be honest. He wasn't really my thing. But this is a pretty good figure. I'm not gonna lie. The transformation's really cool, easy to do. It's intuitive, but not like too crazy. Some really smart stuff going on down there with the legs and with the torso. It's just a lot of fun to mess with. The paint is absolutely phenomenal on him. Looks really good. The tolerances are really nice. Gives you a lot of accessories. All in all, solid recommend for me. Really, really good, strong figure from NEWAGE. I am a fan. The only nitpicks that I might give it is, of course, just the proportions, but that's not really their fault. It's Hound. He's always had funky proportions. His shoulders are kind of low. His feet are massive, but that's more of a design thing. That's not really New Age's fault, so I don't know if I can give that to them or not. That being said, though, Magic Square's version of Hound definitely had more of a stoic, kind of heroic proportion kind of thing, which I did like. But that one didn't have quite the premium feel that this one does, especially with the paint job. So do with that information what you will. But of course, that's it for him, as far as I'm concerned. So, of course, if you wouldn't mind, like the video, comment, subscribe. Check out some of my other reviews if you wouldn't mind. I have a whole playlist on my channel with all my different videos, so you can check that out if you'd like. If you'd also like to support me on Patreon, I know that's meant more for my 3D printing stuff and for my Armored Core kits, but my turntable stopped. The battery must have died. But, of course, if you want to support me, that's a good way of doing it. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.